Hello, my name is Antonio Balloni. I am from University of Campinas, São Paulo State, Brazil. I'm going to present for you the work Brazil, a country of 21st century. I am sharing this slide with you right now. This is the slide. Brazil of 21st century, strategizing with the socio-technical management approach. Okay. The paper is published from this article is published in the 17th Annual International Conference on Information Technology and Computer Science. These are the logo from the authors from these papers. This GCT logomarca is a GCT strategic project where I am the general manager and where are the creation of several research topics. Okay. Let's go to the second slide. Brazil of 21st century, strategizing with socio-technical management approach. So my name is Antonio Balloni. I belong to University of Campinas in São Paulo State, Brazil. Paulo Rezende belongs to FINEP. FINEP is a federal agency of federal Brazilian government. That means research and project financing. And Miguel Bacic belongs to University of Campinas also. Okay. I will do an overview of this presentation. This presentation aims to show how to project Brazil as a relevant player in the complex interplay of world powers. Okay? Based on the participatory mode of socio-technical management, this paper presents a proposal on how political thinking may be free and able to formulate long-term view for the future of the nation by promoting innovation in the thinking from public and private Brazilian managers, which presently are consolidating in short and medium-term vision. We propose means for reestablishing longer horizon of time, which are adequate for the future of Brazil. Regarding the participatory mode of socio-technical management, is proposed as a tool of changing the sharing of information and the implementation of shared vision of the future. This sharing information and vision must be incorporated by all Brazilian educational system levels in its societal decision-making, such as Brazilian citizens and Brazilian business partners, as the fundamental strategic principles for a sustainable Brazil to the Brazilian citizens. Let's go to the next slide. Brazil, a world player. Brazil, decades ago, Brazil already presented evidence of having such characteristics of long-term goals. I mean, to construct the future by promoting investment in sectors considered relevant, such as oil exploration, aerospace industry, steel and iron industry, investment in renewable fuel research, etc. And recently, about a decade ago, on our naval industry, exploitation of oil and profound waters, nuclear, chemical and biological, and etc. Okay. So, however, this trend to construct the future, long-term planning, has been gradually weakened due to several reasons. Let's go to several reasons. So this presentation proposes a model to reestablish long-term goals by incorporating the political agenda of an approach that we call socio-technical management model, with aspiration and visions of shared management between government and society, Brazilian citizens and the Brazilian business partner. Okay. Sacrifice and Brazil, a country of the future. About this title, a country of the future. From the year 1949 to 1990, Brazil had tens of economic plans. Okay, all unsuccessful. In the second half of the 20th century, a scene blessed in Brazil, emerged in Brazil. Brazil, a country of the future. I had 10 to 12 years old. And I heard my father repeat to me constantly, Brazil is a country of the future. Your country, son. My father passed away last year at 99 years and 10 months, and I refuse to say the same to my son. I affirm to whom it may concern, Brazil must be our country, our future, and have its future now. Okay, so about the second, the National Development Plan. I told that from 1945 to 1990, Brazil experienced tens of economic plans. The most crucial was called the Second National Development Plan, 74 to 79, conceived under health developmental thinking with nationalistic content, aiming to create an autonomous and developed strategic base to Brazil. However, despite all national development plan virtues, second one, the emancipatory strategy was not enough to promote development in face of a recessive global scenario. Let's see the next slide. Next slide is the timeline of the recessive scenario, the decrescent times horizon in Brazilian economic planning. This figure shows the gradual reduction of government planning going from long-term quinquennial to monthly or less. You can see in the figure how Brazil was unable to continue the impulse or momentum of economic and social development and falls in a macroeconomic crisis with no growth in production and consumption, unemployment, price instability, uncontrolled inflation, and a negative trade balance. Nowadays, here, today, in 21st century, we are facing such similar instabilities. So, after the second and third National Development Plan from 1974 to 1990, a lost decade, the quinquennial planning was subdivided as shown in this figure, and the interruption of these automatic wage increases start the interruption with the so-called Real Plan, Plano Real, in 1994, the year 1994, which was another cycle of microeconomic stabilization, okay? I mean, distribution or allocation of resources. However, despite of the flaws in the National Development Plan, there is no evidence of population participation in the elaboration of these plans. But yes, there was reactive participation of the population after its implementation. And here we have what we call a political bottleneck. I mean, the need for the participation of Brazilian citizens and Brazilians business partner. Okay, this Brazilian participation is essential. Today, Brazil needs to create new investment cycles and conceptions for long-term strategy to construct its future through the participatory model of sociotechnical management. So, by removing the political bottleneck, we are creating a solid base for our future long-term planning. This presentation proposed to show how. Okay? So let's go to the slide 6. Brazil, absence of the future, and Brazil of the future. About the title, why absence of the future? Why absence of the future, okay? Because we mean our model for the conception of future as established today, 21st century, has been in the last years based on short-term cycles, okay? So the non-existence of long-term planning makes us to argue, to question, is it possible for us Brazilians to conceive a fair, or another country, a fair and participative society without choice and decision-making for the future being made? Let's see the answer for this question. So answer the question, is it possible for us to conceive a fair and participative society without choice and decision-making for the future being made? So the answer can see this. I'm not going to read this. This is a socio-technical system with the blue with the social system, with the green hexagon with technical system, and the yellow hexagon with human system. Okay, the figure represents the socio-technical management. The yellow hexagon hexagons represents the subject, the people, the human being. The blue hexagon are the adjective from this subject, the social system. So are the adjective from the human system. And the green hexagon are the technical tools available for the subject, where they must work on. Therefore, the model of a participative approach of socio-technical management has different configurations, enabling the organization, state, country, society, etc., to maximizing their performance and consequently to look for a way to take back the view of the future. Okay, so this concept of socio-technical management must be disseminated among the Brazilian citizens and the Brazilian business partner. Access to information is fundamental and strategic, present itself as a critical resource on the optic of competitive advantage and participative strategic planning. Let's go to the next slide, slide 8. The future of Brazil, the future perspective, a participatory approach. Okay, I forgot to mention something in the previous slide. I will do it now. Okay, the mention is, I forgot to mention is our nation people, our nation are now looking for new ways to gain competitive advantages. So to present a consistent and sustainable competitive advantage, it is strategic to consider the Brazilian citizen and Brazilian business partner. Okay, it is strategic to consider that. This means the bottleneck removal I mentioned before. In other words, the socio-technical management approach, the hexagon blue, green, and yellow, as you can see in the figure, guide us to thinking about the planning of the future as a collective, co-responsible way of building the future. So this figure proposes a representation of the essential characteristic of the participatory model of socio-technical management, a trending of forming future perspective. Future perspective, people, is what Brazil needs most now. Okay, now finally, well, let's go to the slide 8. Slide 8, the future perspective, a participatory approach, the national ecosystem. Okay, I'm not going to read this. The concept of organizational or national ecosystem can be beneficial management, a beneficial management instrument for the sharing of information and the implementation of a shared vision of the future in a way that allows the incorporation by all levels of Brazilian educational system and its societal decision-making, the critical strategy of a sustainable Brazil. In the next slide, we will see how to implement this national ecosystem towards the participatory model of socio-technical management. Let's see. The 6 characteristics of participatory national ecosystem for a socio-technical management. Okay. The 6 characteristics are composed by, well, how we did that? Are composed by adapting the 5 Toyota nervous system plus the 8 Targovsky strategy with the scope, within the scope of the socio-technical management approach, the figure I showed previously for you, with the social system, the blue system, the technical system, the green system I showed for you, hexagons, which are kept together by Brazilians, citizens, and Brazilians business partner system, the yellow system that I call as human system. So the six characteristics are these. This is totally explained in the text. I'm not explaining here. Okay, open and lateral dissemination of know-how. Okay, freedom to voice contrary opinion. Great. Frequent face-to-face interaction. Great. Making tacit knowledge explicit. Sociotechnical management. Great. And formal and informal organizational support mechanism. Very important. And the sixth one is the 8 key strategy, 8 key principle strategy of a sustainable Brazil that is totally fully explained in the paper. Okay. For this item 6, this is this one. This 8 key critical principle strategy, adapted from Targowsk, aims for a sustainable Brazil and should lead to developing a sustainable and wise nation ecosystem. Another important closing issue for the future perspective of participatory mode of sociotechnical management comes from what we call solidarity economy. Let's see this in the slide 10. Slide 10. Okay. This solidarity economy contributes and the needs for its ecosystem. The solidarity ecosystem contributes to the participatory mode of sociotechnical management towards the economic and social insertion of an immense mass of informal workers. Okay. So ecosystem, what is ecosystem here? Ecosystem are networks of actors, such as Brazilian citizen and Brazilian business partner or another country, such as in this case, entrepreneurial people, researchers, financiers, politicians, executive and legislatures, universities, and etc. These take into account the physical, territorial, and cultural dimension of Brazil or another country. A larger portion of the population of Brazil presents today an increasing level of multidimensional poverty and inequality, with no access to essential services of education, health, food, and house. So I'm not going to read this questioning, I leave for you, but to improve the population, living conditions, allowing them to have access to a decent income, President Lula has created the Bolsa Familia, an income transfer cash for family support. However, we must go beyond this innovative creation through what you used to call the solidarity economy, which offers an exciting path for the population empowerment through collective actions and cooperation. The formation of the ecosystem for the solidarity economy is a fundamental tool for emancipation and solidification of enterprise, contributing to the economic and social insertion of an immense mass of informal workers. Let's see this in the next slide. I'm not going to read social and solidarity economy. I'm not going to read, explain. But in Brazil, in many countries, the social and solidarity economy is a concept that refers to enterprise and organizations, cooperatives, associations, foundations, and social enterprise which produce goods, service, and knowledge while pursuing economic and social ends and promoting solidarity. Social and solidarity economy is considering a new, more humane and inclusive development model. Well, the presentation is almost over. Let's go to the final words. Brazil urges the implementation of the participatory model of sociotechnical management as presented in this work. This implementation implies in developing and promoting long-term innovation in the thinking planning of public and private managers, which at present is consolidated in the short and medium considerations. One of the most significant challenges for the implementation, maintenance, and strengthening of this participatory model of sociotechnical management is the effective association of the social and solidarity economy that I just present for you with the 6 characteristics of the participatory nation ecosystem, resulting in an excellent tool for the proposed present in this work. I mean, the creation of means for reestablishing long horizon of planning, which are adequate for future preparation through the participation of Brazilian citizens and the Brazilian business partner within the scope of the socio-technical system, the figure I just present for you. So, and this is the point, the participatory mode of socio-technical management has as objective the search for a state of balance where radical contradictions coexist, and that's important. For this reason, the existence of what is denominated comfort zone is not allowed in a national ecosystem. The model of socio-technical management aims at creating healthy tensions and instability. Such tension is a catalyst because it generates progress and provokes the attainment of results. So, a strategic, efficient, and effective planning take place only in such conditions, no comfort zone. In other words, participatory mode of socio-technical management answer the call of this paper, Brazil of 21st Century, Strategizing Socio-Technical Management. Finally, and it's very important, the following introspections are a must. Will the world management from 21st century associated with the global partnership allow the Brazilian nation to compete more effectively in this 21st century? Or will Brazil be undermined by great global competition in their home territory? Indeed, is there such thing as home territory? It is important to consider here what Winston Churchill said. We shape our buildings, after that, the building shape us. Therefore, the Brazilian collaborative workspace and social environment of tomorrow are being shaped at the present time, today, now. So, are we allowed to work towards a common good? Common good, who is willing to take responsibility for the space shaping? So the presentation is over. Thank you very much for your attention. Now we are going to question and answer. Professor Basique and Miguel Rezende are with us for a question that eventually I am not able to answer, and they are welcome anytime. Okay. Thank you very much for your attention.